What's up, y'all? This is Uncle Charles. I'm really not doing a live tonight. I'm really resting and meditating and praying. But man, I got two quick classic stories I want to share with you. And here we go. And then I'm gonna end it with a just a thought. And I'm gonna share this with y'all. You know, I was laying up one Sunday morning, and I heard this loud sound outside my window. It's like a banging sound. I said, what the hell is that? And then I pulled the curtain back. It was a big old eagle. And he was just bumping his chest on the window. Well, it scared me. It startled me. My wife heard me. She heard me scream. I said, what is that? And then she said, what is it? I said, it's a big old hawk outside our window. She said, oh, Lord. And then she took off and went in the bathroom and shut herself in the bathroom. She said, Charles, I am not coming out of this bathroom until you call the sheriff department and animal control. I said, why don't we just wait and see what this hawk lead? She said, no, I'm not coming out of this bathroom until you call the sheriff and animal control. So I got on the phone, called 911. She said, sir, what is your emergency? I said, ma'am, we got a big old hawk or eagle or whatever it is outside my window. He just bumping his chest up against the window. She said, sir, have you called animal control? I said, ma'am, my wife is almost passed out in that bathroom. She said, you need us to call 911? I said, no, ma'am, I just need the police out here. She said, well, call animal control and we'll send an officer out there. I said, okay. The officer came. He said, what's the problem, Mr. Mabry? I said, my wife is scared to death. She in there, and she's not coming out. She said, what's the problem? I said, it's a big old hawk outside. When he keep bouncing his chest off the window. And then I said, well, he said, animal control got here. I said, no, sir, they haven't got here yet. He said, well, call them back. I said, just Mr. Mayor, I'm calling back about this big old hawk. She said, sir, don't panic. It's all right. That hawk is probably disorientated and it's probably mating season. I said, well, who the hell he gonna mate with? Me? She said, no, sir, he's just confused. I said, well, ma'am, I'm not. Send animal control. 10 minutes later, animal control came. He said, okay, what's the problem? I said, we got a big old hawk outside our window, and I don't know if he's trying to break in here or what. The lady told me he was confused. It's mating season. He said, I think I understand what's going on, but I got my net outside. He told the sheriff. I said, well, wait a minute. Before y'all go around there, if I hear y'all get flipped up in the air and y'all toes curl up in your boots, I know you've been had by the bird. Now, moving on to when I was a young man in my younger days. I was in the 7th grade, and I didn't do too good in certain classes. I was okay in math, okay in English. Science, I was an A student in science. But it was one course I just couldn't get, was drama. Mr. Jackson called me in one morning from the other class and said, Mabry, you are not doing too good in drama. I'm going to have to give you a failing grade. I said, Mr. Jackson, please, I can't come home with no F. So when it look like I'm going to have to write your mama a letter. I said, Mr. Jackson, I'll do anything to keep from making an F. He said, I'll tell you what, we got a school play coming up called Romeo and Juliet in the next 2 weeks. I said, Mr. Jackson, I don't know nothing about no Romeo and Juliet. He said, you better know today. Now go to the library and do some research. You got 2 weeks. 2 weeks roll around. My class was in the auditorium. I came in there and I was the director. I said, okay, class, everybody places. Mr. Jackson was Romeo and Miss Johnson was Juliet. And I said, now, Miss Johnson, when you say Romeo, what are Romeo? You're supposed to cry. She said, okay, baby. I said, okay, places, everyone. Action. Romeo, what are Romeo? And nothing happened. I said, cut. Miss Johnson, you got to cry when that scene come up. She said, baby, I just can't cry like that. I said, Miss Johnson, what size shoe you wear? 6.5. Well, put on some 4s. And the next time that scene come around, you'll be crying from pain. And that's why all I got said on my 2 little short stories tonight. I'm going to talk about a great artist that we lost not too long ago, Prince. Prince was one of the greatest artists I ever seen in my life. Purple Rain was one of my favorite songs. And, you know, I was just thinking about it, man. I had to pull him up on my YouTube just to get the Prince experience. Let me tell you something about Prince. Prince got music to last for the next 40 years. The record company knew that. But that ain't what they wanted. They could have packaged Purple Rain up, Let's Go Crazy, Little Red Corvette. It would have been nothing to package those things up. But that's not what they wanted. They wanted that new music. And Prince was not going to let them have it. So Prince got a call from one of his closest friends, Will Smith. He said, look, man, go ahead and give him the music. You get paid annually. Prince said, no. He said, I'm not giving him my new music. Will said, man, let me just call him and tell him what you said. He said, well, tell Prince, Will, just ask him one more time. He called Prince back. He said, Prince, man, come on, man. Just go ahead and, he said, but you know what these people do to you. Prince said, let them do what they got to do. And next thing you know, Prince was dead. Okay? They wanted that new music. See, it was all about getting him out the way. Getting the new music, and look at it. CBS is releasing his new album. That's how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. When you don't play ball, let me tell you something. When you go in a crack house with a bunch of crackheads, and even if you don't smoke crack, if you be in there long enough, you'll become a crackhead. So know who you're dealing with in life, because you might have to pay in life. You might have to pay. And I just want to let y'all know that, give y'all a little something on history. Prince was a great artist. He will be missed. But Prince got tied up with them people. And when you get tied up with them people, you have to do what them people tell you. And if you don't, you won't be here long. And that's all I got to say, y'all. This is Uncle Charles After Dark. I wanted to do a little something special for y'all. And send you on the bed. And don't, hey, say your prayers. Don't eat and get full and be farting and gagging and then don't say your prayers and get in the bed. I don't know nobody want to get in the bed with nobody farting anyway. But remember what I said. Keep God first and everybody else second. And know that sure as the night sets, the sun will rise. And that's all I got to say. And I'm Uncle Charles and I love y'all. Good night.